What's up, guys? It is Matt from Electric All Wheel. We are here at the shop. We now have a firing wired freedom functional dual battery 45 amp current limit 1500 watt rear hub 40 plus miles an hour, and then its worthy competitor, the E-Cells 5-star dual battery 40 amp max current limit 1500 watt rear hub. We are going to take these out, we are going to wobble test them, and then I'll put them to the test for a little speed, but that won't be the run. We have kept the factory condition. This has been updated with the newest balancer. You may have seen in the previous video where the original balancer caught fire and then burst inside the frame. We've got that all worked together, and this bike is ready to go back to its customer. And we also have the E-Cells 5-star dual battery blue. That thing is awesome. It's got the double wall rim. The rear battery has this disconnect, which is my favorite. I really like that. They're both rocking the D&M rear shock, the RST guide front shocks. These bikes are ready to roll. Eventually we will probably put a thumb throttle on here, the universal thumb throttle. It does fit for both of these. Even with the E-Cells Mini J triangular connections that it has on here, that thing will work. This has the Gemma hydraulic brakes, and then this has the Tektro hydraulic brakes, a 4-piston. Those things are badass as well. Only big difference that I could note right now is your chain wheel here is the Light Pro single guard. You have double guard up front on the E-Cells 5-star, and then you can see the freewheel has a nice big high or low gear ratio, and there's a little bit of difference here, but honestly when you're pedaling out with these things, it's not like that. Enough of all the comparisons. I'm just gonna get to this ride. I'm pretty excited about this. One of my favorite things is to light these bikes up. So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and take out the wired freedom dual battery first. It's sitting at about 86 to 90% battery. Let's see, we'll check this out. 93% is what it's saying. It'll probably drop in voltage sag immediately. And then this one's looking pretty full at 65.5 volts, so almost there. All right, wired freedom first, E-Cells 5-star. I'm gonna do about a 20 mile an hour wobble test for both, and then I'll crank it up high speed. I gotta get into a roadway where I can do that, and then bring it back to the shop and let you guys go. After that, do anticipate doing a full-on comparison video with Brad. He is a fan of the wired freedom, and I am a fan of the E-Cells 5-star, so we're gonna have that showdown. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and if you're in the area, check out eBikes, Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. Here we go. So I'm pretty dependent on the GPS monitor here for the Insta360 Ace Pro. So this is what provides my speed settings. I have updated it to the latest. It doesn't do very well with elevation, but it does seem to do a good job with GPS speed monitoring. Thing is very lively. So what I'm going to do is use the trail here. Actually, I'm going to take it on these back roads just so I can get a little freedom and I'm not dependent on others. And see how this goes. I do not really like doing this hands-free at high speed, so try and keep it in a normal rate of speed, but that's relative, I suppose. So I'm gonna get my PAS, I'll set this thing, I'm gonna go ahead and set it at 4. That's probably too much. And then let's see how she goes. Hopefully I'd Nothing happens, no wrecks. Oh, straight up immediately, Freedom Wobble. Now we do have, yeah, didn't even make it to 20. Last I emailed Steve, I think the response was like, tight as hell. That's the answer for the headset, but the reality is there's a reason why they started putting the hellbenders on these bikes, so I'm not even going to mess around with attempting it at a higher speed than that. Yeah, dang, it is what it is. Honestly, I don't recommend riding hands-free anyways, so it's just it's a bad move if you're doing that to start with. So let's forget that. Let me show you what this thing can do in terms of the speed department. Throttle only. So my plan is to just kind of monitor what's ahead of me. I'll do a loop outside of this roundabout, and then I'll just hit it coming outside of it so that I can control what's going on in front of me. Now, a lot of people are probably not going to appreciate me running a bike, but if they just give me a chance, they'll see. So here we go, full speed. We'll probably run up, this is a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit zone, so we will likely run up the backside of these cars. And then we'll test high speed versus GPS to see what's up. This is showing 41, 43.2. I am not pedaling. 44, 43. All right, so 45 looks like it may have hit there. So let me see if I can get this turned around. Just do it again. One more time, wired freedom. We saw almost 45. Not sure if that's accurate. And it takes a minute for the GPS monitor to kick in. And then things like this will happen, so can't really guarantee that we're clear on that, but still running up. That's 40. And people just don't like it when a bike like this comes out into traffic, because the anticipation is that they're going to be stuck with it and you're going to go slow. And a lot of people are not familiar with these bikes or their capabilities, so it just gets a little hairy. So likely this driver looks like she will not go 40 miles an hour. Maybe she will. Will be nice. See if we can kick it up. .43, there's some brake action. 44. See if I can hold it. This thing is fast. Holy moly, it's fast. All right, it's just not the right day to be messing around trying to pump it in traffic. I think we've proven that the bike is fast. Don't know what the high-end display readout is going to say in comparison to GPS, but I know that it's gonna blow past 40, so I'm not terribly worried about it. And then the wobble, of course, that's something else. Holy crap. We do have a hellbender for it, so not to fear. We'll just get it taken care of. We're also going to put some Allscape tires on this thing, but first we're going to run the comparison to the E-Cells 5-star and then just see what that's like, see what Brad thinks about it, because I know you guys are getting tired of hearing just from me. He's been around the block a few times, so he knows what's up, and I've been on enough bikes that I can offer some introspect and a countering viewpoint, so it's worthwhile, I think. All right, let's get this thing parked and pull out this 5-star and try it. Almost 45. Yeah. For the safety aspect. Get this thing off of here. Put that on here. All right, so in this bag, there's a lock and then it's empty otherwise. So I'm calling it negligible in terms of influence. I'm not gonna take it off. All right, let's do this. Same route, I'll take it on that back street first. We'll do the wobble test. Woof. That's interesting. Let me see here. Okay. Turn this lock out. Okay. All right, 5-star. Just calm down. Calm down. All right, pass 4. Here we go. Okay. Introduced wobble at about 19. All right, 19 to 23. So the speed set seemed to be better. Honestly, we'd have to get a torque wrench on the headset to really see what's going on. May need a digital. All I have is the manual. So I may do that with Brad. We'll probably find some presets and then see how far it goes. We'll torque them down to see what that does, but you see that it does do it if you're up at the speed. But I have to remind everyone again, like if you're gonna go at this rate of speed on this style of bike with this much power, keep your hands on the daggum handlebars. Okay. See if I can get into this roundabout again. Everybody's gonna love me. There we go. We are in it. Looks like there's not much traffic on the come up, so we'll see how this goes. There's one car. This truck should be far enough down the line that we'll get a nice readout for it. And then because we're on a bike and we're in the roundabout, we just get to go ahead and move on through. Let's see what's up. Yo! There we are. Here we go, full throttle. E-Cells 5-star. Let's see what it's doing. 34. $36. Not pedaling. Let's see if we can get into 38 maybe. Oh, not quite. Commendable, but we do see higher speed with the wired Freedom. However, it does have a controller that's pushing 5 more amps at its current limit. Let's go right around again. We are into the wind now. That wind has picked up considerably. Oh, it's a bit cold today too. Holy cow. Okay, this was pulling out at third. It looked like we're gonna get 34 maybe coming out of it before we get there. Nope, we're not. We're not getting 34. Ride it out. And then this is not going to be a positive run, especially at landscape. Let's see if we can get around here. See if he'll let us. We're going to go here. Okay, well, we are seeing our top speed cleared out for the 5-star. 62 volts, 61.9 as I get that full throttle going on. Let's see if I can get one more clear shot at the roundabout going in, and then one coming out, and then we'll call it. Just got to make sure to not pedal. No pedaling. I feel like all you northern guys are gonna make fun of me. I'm gonna say my hands are cold right now. This high speed riding. There we go. I feel like that was a nice open up. I could feel like the wind stopped blowing for a minute. Not a total excuse for this because we know that it's just not spec equivalent, but this is the competitor on the market, so this is where it stands. All right, 35, 36. Okay, there we go. This is how we'll play it here. And dip in on this pedestrian crossing. And a nice free open space. Here we go, full throttle. Back to the shop. There we go, into the wind, 34. That's where we'll call it. That is our first episode of the testing. All right. That is it. We're going to get into these, get Brad on it, and we'll go through them and tell you all about it, let you know what we think. It ain't all about speed in my book, but you see the first aspect and you know which one's faster. The Wired Freedom just took it on that. They both exemplified some wobbling, so we'll see about some torque specs perhaps, and then we will go through the bikes and then give you our rundown on how we feel about them. Give us that like and subscribe if you're feeling it. Check out E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida. Get in that Facebook group, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. And if you have an e-cells, a wired, leave us a comment and let us know which one you like. You guys try and keep it clean. There's no reason to be upset about these things. If you've got one of these bikes, you are living it right now. So good for you. We'll talk to you next time.